Well, how are we doing? We've got one lurker. We've got afternoon in the Philippines, it's around Southeast Asia. I'm guessing it's late at night. Hey, Crystal, late at night in the US. Not sure about the UK or Europe. But just thought I'd jump on. Um, got a movie to watch tonight. So, well, okay, I can answer this one, Nathan. Some built a fence from one end of Australia to the other, and those bloody Territorians, not mentioning no names, but those guys living up there in the Northern Territory have kidnapped them all and keeping them to themselves. And that's not just a rumor. That's the truth. Some dingbat built a fence right from one end of Australia to the other, making it the longest fence in the world, just so that those Northern Territory guys could keep all the dingoes to themselves. Next, they'll be building a fence that runs along the border of Queensland, New South Wales, and Western Australia. uh, it still amazes me, Nathan, that such a beautiful looking dog that is so incredibly intelligent can still be seen as a pest and treated like it is in this country. Uh, Personally, I think if you generations of a domesticated dingo out of the wild, um, you would have a great dog, loyal, smart, obedient, fearless. It's a shame, really. But I guess that's what happens when cattle farmers and sheep farmers bring in the money in the country like they do. They get a bigger say than the dingo does. I agree, Nathan. I agree with you 100%, mate. They are awesome. They are beautiful looking dogs. Like I said, intelligent beyond belief. It's just a shame that we don't give them the respect that they deserve, and as they should be as a native Australian native animal. And whether farmers like it or not, they do serve a purpose in the environment. Maybe, maybe I should do that. Maybe we should start a channel, Dingo, and start getting some awareness going. And because it's crazy that like we've spent all these years importing dogs to do different jobs and that. The dingo is so adaptive. That dog could compete. In those dog event. They have. I forgot what they call it. It's like a gymkhana where the dog's got to run in and out of those poles and through tunnels and over things, climb things. They would excel. And just hunting. Yeah, Gunner, I was on earlier for a couple streams, and Heat got the laptop, so I had some domestic duties, taking clothes off the line and shit. So I did that. Went out, bought a few things. made some dinner tonight, but they talk about the guide dogs, Nathan, and all these service dogs. A dingo, a well-trained dingo that's been domesticated, would thrive and do those tasks so well. I mean, I've seen a clip back in the 50s. I can't remember exactly when, but you could probably look it up, Nathan. Uh, nah, yeah. Well, my son said he would, so maybe I have to start making him feel guilty or something. Um, I've got what you made me forget what I was going to say, Gunner. I know it was aimed at Nathan. Oh, yeah, you can look it up. Back in the 50s, I think it was don't quote me, but it might have been the Victorian police who actually started training up dingoes as police dogs, and they found them to be uh, the best dog they ever used. They were exceptional, but then the government wouldn't give them the go-ahead to use them. Ah, cool. That's a pain in the ass, putting everything back on. And although if you've got a memory card, you can keep a lot of stuff on your stick, can't you? And just take it straight off your memory stick. Yeah, Nathan, have a look it up. I reckon you'd find it pretty interesting. I'm not sure where you'd find it. I seen a movie, an old movie clip. It used to be when TVs closed at 12 o'clock, and we talked about this once before. Just before TV would turn off here, you would have this show called On This Day, and one of those was a clip of the police force training these dingoes. Okay, what have we got here, Roger? How you doing, mate? After replacing the rear inner tube on my motorcycle, putting a new belt on my scooter, I'm a happy camper again. That's good to hear, Roger. Everything but the apps. Okay, well, that sucks then. Then you've got to use up all that bloody data downloading shit then. So that'd be a pain in the bum. So just sitting at home, Nathan, just taking it easy. How you doing, Linda? Well, had a healthy dinner tonight, so I'm happy. We've got new alloy rims. Okay. Were they alloy or steel before? Because if they weren't alloy before, you're going to notice a weight difference. Oh, I don't know, Linda. I was hoping my son would come here and do it for me. No, I still haven't used it. It's just sitting there. I can see it from here at the foot of the bed. So the bar getting Wi-Fi and beer. Fair enough, Nathan. We'll have to work on this laptop, but it won't be tonight because tonight on one of the channels they got Marvel's Doctor Strange, and I always liked that movie, so I'm going to be watching that. Yeah, I mean, I should, and there's probably a couple of games I wouldn't mind playing on it, Linda, but I've just been lazy. I've had quite a few cool days, so haven't had no heating problems. Um, I don't expect to be on too long this evening. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to be careful because alloy will be worse, mate. But you'll notice a weight difference. Shit, and I don't know if you ever been into car racing or not. If you have, you know then that rotating weight is everything, mate. So alloy wheels compared to steel, shit, that'll make a big difference. The new.com, just turn on, sign in. Okay. Oh, not hard doing the new computer. Just turn it on and sign in. Yeah, there's probably a couple of things on. I'm not sure. Gonna. Oh, yeah, Nathan, yeah, it'll be a real big obvious difference because um, rotating weight is that's everything, mate. If you're into racing, like I said, you understand how big a difference the rotating weight makes in the speed. Half horsepower, yeah, small one will do the job. Thanks, Gunner. Fuck, I wish Nathan could time you out right now, but yeah, son of a bitch. Yeah, make fun of the old guy, eh? Whatever happened to Liz? I'm not sure if I should be calling you a whippersnapper or not, because you know spring chicken there, Gunner. Okay, you know you know what's going on then, Nathan. But man, going from the steel to the alloy, fuck, man, that you're talking a real noticeable difference there. It's not like just putting it on high octane fuel. So you'll be loving it then. Be much easier to handle too, Nathan, on those long trips. The overall weight of the bike will be way down. Just don't try and do any motocross, mate, with those rims. 3,300 fitted. Cool. Unreal. So Roger's got his new place, his new girl, and his bike all fixed up. Aircon on the way. He's all happy, and Nathan's got his rims for his bike, so he's all happy. It, it might work a bit harder depending how big an area and the cooling down, Roger. But half horsepower should be right for a small room. I mean, if you go for a 1 horsepower unit, you know that you'll be less work on it. The, the aircon will be doing less work. I won't have to try as hard to get the temperature down. When you say you got a new jet, do you like a smaller jet or was a larger one? Because if it's a larger one, maybe just try it out first before drilling it out. I mean, you might find a big difference just with a jetting it out with a bigger jet and not. Well, there you go, Roger. There's your answer right there. Half power, half horsepower, probably enough then. Oh, same size jet. Okay, gotcha, Nathan. Just just take it real easy, mate. Just only real a little bit at a time. I mean, do you really feel like you need more power in the bike? Because jetting it out might not be enough for what you want if the bike's underpowered. Well, Nathan might as well get as much use out of the bike he's got now, and he's pretty happy with it. And he's done a few Ks around the Philippines in it, so might as well get the full use out of it. Just start it up every now and then, Roger. Whether you use it or not, mate, just give it a start up and run it for bloody 30 seconds. Well, if you're going to max it out, just go get there slowly, Nathan, and you're going to have to do it. And every time, uh, take it out for a ride and just check it. You don't want to end up bloody flooding it and then having to get another jet and start over again. But you obviously done it before, so you know what you're doing. Me, if I was going to do any work on a motorbike, it was pay someone to do it. Same with the car, except for the GT. The GT, I did a lot of shit on that, just out of being a kind of pastime and a hobby. But any other car, especially all the shit with computers now. Yeah, maybe over there. I mean, I run 98 in both my V8s anyway, Nathan, always. We might as well get the use out of the one he's got now, Gunner. Run that into the ground and then think about the next bike and what you're really looking for. I mean, it's done the job for Nathan. I minimum, I mean, even with the traffic and that over there at places, 250 would be a way to go. Yeah, it sounds like it, Nathan. Sounds like you've messed around with cars a lot as well. Made in India. Ooh, well, Yamaha's still a good brand, but They said 157. That's cheap. Yeah, you're right, Nathan. And you want to get ride that thing into the ground, and make the use. I mean, you've already ridden it around long enough, and you know what it's like. You know it's easy to do shit on it. Yeah, well, the thing is you're gonna get so many different views. You got those guys who the scooters, others like the enduro types, like Fives was guy. That's the sort he wanted. Again, he just wants something he can you know tour around the country with. So everyone's going to have a different idea on what. But from what I've seen, anything to your big bikes over there, Gunner, unless you're out in the provinces, probably a waste of time, especially around that cities area. Yeah, that would be the way to do it, Gunner. Get in touch with someone that's already an expat living there and find out what's around and just buy a second-hand scooter and run around on that. Hell, I think it was Rike was buying these really fucking nice scooters, and I think he's only paying like 1,500, 1,500 Australian American dollars. Sorry, the CF would be nice. The 400, that's fine for you if you're touring around like you do, Nathan. But if I was over there, I probably wouldn't want anything too big. I'd end up getting hit by somebody. Yeah. Well, Gunnar, if you're sort of around the more populated areas, probably a scooter will do you. Um, yep, that's cheap. He's heading back to home. Oh, shit. That was such a quick trip, man. That time went so fast. I hope he gets back there soon. He looked like he was having a really good time there, Roger. We'll have to get him on a live stream some stage and give us a rundown on everything. It's sad to see that he's on a plane so quick. It seems like he's only been there maybe a couple of weeks. Do you know how long exactly he was there, Roger? I thought he'd go a minimum of like 3 weeks, but it doesn't even seem that long. But then time does fly. Yeah, yeah, of course he'll be back, Roger. I mean, he sounded like he was having too much of a good time when he was there. No, I don't think. It doesn't sound like it was as long as he expected either. Um, Maybe he had to return business reasons or whatever. Oh shit! Yeah, yeah. That was yeah, because you're a Seattle boy too. So shit. Yeah. Well. not just that, he sounded like he was having a really good time. I know he definitely enjoyed the time riding around on his bike and being able to go where he wanted to. I know that was one of the big kickers for him, as well as he seemed to find someone fun, nice to hang out with. Clutch cable, the clutch cable casing is stretching, and I'm losing my free board. The casing itself is stretching. We're talking like that's that's weird. Was it heat, like from heating up, or bad design or something? Well, he's on the clutch, not the accelerator cable. Well, I'll bet you get around it. Or if you replace the cable. I'm sure if it's been a problem, someone's found a way to get around it. So, Nathan, because you're redoing your phone, you've got a reason to be down at the bar drinking. Hey, that's not bad, man. But did the missus bite it? Did she fall for that one? Yeah, fair enough. Well, hope you haven't got too far to go. I probably won't be around much longer. I'll end up just relaxing, wait for that movie. If I find where I'll put the TV controller. Hmm. You're laughing then. As long as he's not sitting there at the front door, mate, tapping a bolo against her leg. Yeah, Doctor Strange is on tonight on that 99 Go. Fuck, I can't even find the TV controller. Fuck's sake. Oh, there we go. Got it. Yeah, I've seen it before. I like a lot of the Marvel ones. Yeah, it was a cool movie. So I'll watch it again. See what happens after that. But tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Friday. Oh, what have we got here? Messages or mail? Oh my god, what have I been sent now? What the hell? Yeah, I'd like to see the number two. Hey DR, how you doing, mate? Oh, looks like this whole story's been blotted out. Jesus, that's just fucking evil. Yeah, I tell you what, that was a bit like Guardians of the Galaxy. I loved that movie, and the second one, uh, I thought that was cool too. So I'd even wouldn't mind seeing the third one. I just hope they keep the scripts coming and make them interesting. Really waiting for the second one of what is it? The Avengers Infinity War. There've been so many guesses about what's going to happen, and look, guys, you're quiet. Well, no, Nathan's drunk or getting drunk. DR's just hit the room. Gunner's sending me sick shit. Blade Runner. Good movies. I don't know about favourite. Uh, what's the bet you're going out to see if you can get some burgers, Roger? Mm. Jeez. You, well, I don't want to. I know you're probably hanging out for a burger, but I went and bought a dozen cinnamon donuts and might get myself a coffee later. And yeah, not wrong, Gunner. Most of that story was all blotted out. It's like it was hidden. You couldn't see the story, just a picture of the guy and the heading. No worries, Nathan. Have a good one, mate. What time is it? About 4 o'clock over there. Oh, you're still laughing. You get home for home in time for dinner, mate. Yeah, guess DR. It was funny because I was on the Wikipedia page. I left it open that night, and it clicked to me that I've actually read about that plane before, or that jet. I don't know how I came across it. So what I'm gonna do is actually see if there's any actual footage and like documentaries about it. Um, I'd really like to know more about Diefenbaker and why he decided that it wasn't money worth spending. That's good. Burger always sounds good to you, Roger. Yeah, Gunnar, I didn't get to see the whole article. It was sort of it's had the text blotted out. I know that they said that when they shut it down, all the different scientists or engineers working in different places all over there. Um, there's got to be more to it. That there really has. I mean, when you look at it, that thing would still look modern today. Burger and fries. I actually went and got some more fresh rolls. I had a egg and salad, egg ham and salad, and a tuna and salad roll. 2 rolls. So that was good. Filled me up. And I've got a dozen cinnamon donuts, and I said I'll get a coffee later, and I'm going to just pig out on donuts and coffee and watch. Nah, I didn't watch the one you sent, Gunner. No, not yet. I end up watching that one again just to see if I changed my view on it. And I mean, it's very credible, but I don't know if this. It's hard not to take the guy serious considering he was one of their suspects. Um, the fact that it was, he seemed to know quite a bit, and the police had proven he was in that car that he was talking about. And but I tell you what, I don't know what sort of gun the guy used to shoot Hoffa with, but you walking into a house, and as soon as you walk in the house, you go bang bang. You'd think the neighbours would be out and about, wondering what the hell was going on. So I don't know. What was your thoughts, Gunnar? Yeah, the guy who wrote the book doesn't look like anyone I'd trust anyway. But um, yeah, he looked like chasing the dollar and all the rest of it. But that's the lawyers, mate. They can be that way inclined, I guess. But I mean, there's a lot. He had a lot of I would say legitimacy to the claim, being a suspect like he was, and it was well known that they were friends, and it definitely gave him a way to get to the guy. So I don't know. It, it's pretty convincing. Yeah. Well, the story I thought I always heard was he's under. Was it the Giants Stadium or something like that? Someone's football stadium or baseball stadium, even. I don't know. That's the one I'd always heard that they've been buried at the stadium or something. So I don't know how that one came about. Oh yeah, it was a great way to get rid of it. Um, I said there's a lot of credibility. The fact that the guy was top suspect and was so close to Hoffa, and so okay, yeah, that's how that one started. Yeah, well, the burying him somewhere like that would have been crazy. Yeah, I don't know. The guy did seem credible. Definitely had the hallmarks of, one, he was a known hitman, two, worked for the mafia, and three, he was Hoffa's right hand man there for a while, or minder, whatever. Um, and if he didn't, it's like they said, even though he's a friend, if he didn't do it, then he'd have been on the list. So yeah, and that's the thing. Kind of there was a lot of credibility to it, but at the same time, there's some things that you can't prove. Um, yeah, and it's always hard without 100% evidence. But that's about as credible as I've heard, considering his positioning in that group of people, his ties to the mob, and all the rest of it. Yeah, I got enough feeling on him too. He looked real seedy, sounded even seedier. But I guess we've got to look past that guy and look at the guy the guy that's making the confession, and it's a very believable one. Yeah, well, this guy Hoffer even made this guy the head of a Teamster in some state or whatever or area. Um, he was a mob hitman, so he was involved in all the shit. Definitely could get to Hoffer because Hoffer trusted him. Um, union bosses, yeah. But in the end, it was, from what this guy was saying, it was the mob who wanted him out of the way because they were getting cheap loans through the Teamsters, uh, some fun, and that's how they were setting up Las Vegas. Well, there's two things with that gunner. One, yeah, you would do that anyway, and it wouldn't be a lot left. But the most important one was, mate, they probably owned the crematorium. If not, they probably knew who owned it and had ties because you just couldn't go use a crematorium whenever you wanted to. Well, that's it. Once the ashes are in the water, throw them out in the sea, mate, and heave of salt water, and there's nothing left for that person but a memory. I'll have to look at what you sent to. I mean, I have some documentaries on it before, but I haven't seen any that have had confessions on there from anybody. It's more dealing with the who he was and his disappearance. Yeah, yeah, there's lots. I'm thinking that if it was for the reasons that they were stating, and it was called by the mob, then you know the easiest and quickest way is the way they did it is shoot him, pack him, wrap him, burn him, get rid of the ashes. Pretty heartless, but yeah. Well, I mean, if someone else came out from around that era um, that could back up this guy's story, it would definitely give it a lot more credence. But the fact that he was a major suspect and he had the way to get close to the guy, yeah, that's right, Gunner. Shit happens, so Oh, what time we got? Just 6:43. Still early. Should have early dinner tonight. Yeah, definitely interesting. We've got and had shit like that over here, mate. Fucking, it's always good trying to wonder what ever happened. Nah, nah. I've been tempted to head to the drive-in just for something to do. Um, that's it starts late at night here because of the daylight savings. They usually have two movies. I think the first one starts about 9 and 8:55, and then the second one starts at about 11. And they got Storm Boy, which is an Australian movie. Um, not that keen on it, and The Mule, and I wouldn't mind seeing The Mule. Still haven't seen Aquaman. I fucking asked my son about it again the other day about going to see it, and he said, "Oh, I went with my mate the other night and seen it." Oh, fucking good on you. So I'll see it again, Dad. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, yeah, it definitely looks very different. Um, when I first seen it, I wondered whether it'd be the type of movie I'd get into, but everything I'm hearing about it, says it's definitely a movie to see. So, I mean, I was the same, sort of bit wary about Million Dollar Babies and Gran Torino, but they turned out to be great movies. Kill the Irishman. I don't know if I've heard of that. Yeah, it's one I don't know. That's the thing with America. You got every state, so many states had the mob there, and then you had the Irish, and then you had the Italian, and none of them liked each other. And Jesus, unbelievable. Danny Green. The only Danny Green I know is Australian boxer. Ah, that'd be cool. No, I haven't, but I was thinking about getting Netflix, but want to get a decent TV. But I have thought about getting Netflix. I should be able to find that online anyway. Like I said, I've been haven't been watching much. Haven't been going out to see movies, but watched a few on TV that I've movies I've seen two or three bloody times already. Yeah, it's about $10. $10 a month here, Gunner. Might be down to $9 something, but around $10. Well, the last time I checked, anyway. And then they got another one called Stan. Stan has all the Marvel and Disney stuff as well. Yeah, for sure, Gunner. What's the ones I try? Should have. I don't think I ever bookmarked this page. Um, if I think about it, I'll tell you. There is a site. There was a couple of sites I was going to. Um, where you can watch movies online. Junior, where have you been hiding? Yeah, Netflix is a good value, really good value. But I'd have to be watching TV enough to get the money's worth even out of it for me. Hey, Junior, you looking for 300 seconds? Yeah, Gunner. What's the one? I'm trying to think of the one that. Oh God, hang on. Let me. If I do a search, it might come up for me. I'll let you know what it is. Some of them are piss you off because you get pop-ups and pop-ups. Uh, Others are not bad. You get maybe a couple of pop-ups and then that's it. Um, it's finding a decent copy. You don't want screeners and shit. You want a DVD rip to watch. Sorry, guys. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to see if I can chase up this site. Okay, gonna just the one site and just careful. Look at the links before you click on them. It's movie. I think it's movie 123. And you can stream from there. Yeah, what the last time I took me and Luke went to the movies, it was like 18 or $19, something like that, for each of us. I'm just trying to think what was the movie we went and seen. I remember enjoying it. Oh, Venom. That's not a bad movie, just for a bit of a laugh. Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't have bloody 5 or 6 kids to drag along. 5 or 6 kids, you're talking you know, over $100 to take your kids just to get them into the picture cinema. That's it. That's the one. 123 movies. There might be movies 123 as well, but that's thanks WAE. That's the one I've gone to and watched movies off of. Grab the link, Gunner, and then we'll get rid of the link out. I found that's not a bad place for movies. Popcorn TV too. Hey, how you doing, WAE? Yeah, that happens, Gunner. You get what we call them screeners. All right, no worries. Um, where people just take a camera in there and film the screen. Uh, it doesn't look like it's going to let me remove it. Dun-dun. Try again. Oh, hang on. WAE, do you want to? Can you remove it? I can't remove it. Oh, you got it. Thanks, buddy. Uh, yeah, the screeners, you get some really bad quality ones, but after a while you end up getting a DVD rip in there. It was always good. Uh, Coffee, that actually sounds alright. I don't have milk. I don't make a coffee here. But I can always go buy one. Nice cappuccino. Actually sounds nice with those cinnamon donuts. Just check through the channels. Ah, it was a quiet night, boys. I know we lost Roger to going out on his bike. Nathan gone out after bike parts. Oh, these are they mini? No, I wouldn't call them mini donuts. Just reasonable sized donuts. But yeah, sugar and cinnamon. So then with coffee. Yeah, he came on the show a few nights ago. If you go back over, I think it's called um, something about roadkill. If you check that one out, Junior, he's on that one, uh, talking about his new channel. Oh yeah, I don't know what you can do, Gunner. I mean, I was lucky. My son, while he was at school, was always in bed early and up late. So, I mean, into bed early and up early. You can have an issue with him. But as for the Cajun, he's fine, mate. He's going to run a tighter ship if he has a stream. But again, I just think that causes more problems in the end. Just better not to get into the shit fights with these guys. Not worth it. Well, yeah, he is going to learn the the hard way. Still wouldn't help with a bit of prodding from the old man. I mean, even Luke had boundaries when I was at home. Yeah, Junior. His new channel is Ragin' Cajun. I'm sure it won't be all that long, and he'll be doing a live stream. don't know what it's going to be like, whether it's going to be like before or a lot different. Um, really hard to say. He just seemed to have it in his mind to weed out all the trolls, but I'm not so sure you can do that. You named your daughter after a progressive rock song. Rhiannon? Yeah, I've talked to him a couple of times, Junior. He's okay. I've just let him go, mate. He needed to sort himself out with all that shit that happened, and we all deal with it differently. Okay, I don't know that one, dear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true, Junior. Um, but sometimes um, just to bend a little bit and let some bullshit get said, because otherwise, if you jump down on these guys, straight away, and they just come back with fake accounts, or they start trolling other people's channels with bullshit about you. Well, Junior, it's having a channel's it's not that big a deal. You do you cop it from both sides. I mean, you'll get the trolls come in and hammer you or hammer other people, and you get people in your channel unhappy that you let some people in, and it's kind of you got to have a bit of a balancing act. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing is like, you know, to not let too much shit get to you, ignore some of it, and have a laugh at other bits, and just hope, once it gets out of control, when they start getting nasty and, with very bitter people. What happened to Focus was just unforgivable. Uh, well, yeah, and maybe what I noticed a little bit more, Junior, is that new people coming in straight away. Unless I have known them for a while, they don't get a wrench, and those that start getting silly will lose theirs over time. And thanks, dear. I'm not about most sensible, but I try to be fair at least. I try to give everyone. And we've got a saying here: give somebody enough rope and they'll hang themselves. So you like to give people a little bit of rope and a bit of leeway. But if they go too far and hang themselves with it, then so be it. Uh, Thankfully, it hasn't been too bad. We've got rid of a few people, maybe 3 or 4 from memory. But for me, I just like coming on here, chatting to you guys, and see what's happening. And I know some of you guys are up late at night in the US, and like now it's probably dinner time in the Philippines. around that Southeast Asia area. Probably early hours of the morning, maybe in Europe. I'm not really sure. Um, or late at night. Just trying to think when I catch up with RC Dre and AC Cobra. It might, was it 7? It might be in the middle of the night there. Yeah, late where you are, DR. Yeah, yeah. Some people, yeah, I let a lot go, WAE. Um, but timing out's not a bad way of saying to someone, cut it out and give them a bit of a warning. If they push it after that, you're all right. Junior's still early for you. But you get people pushing their lucks or just getting downright nasty and then just dump them. I don't want to see that bullshit where people's families and girlfriends and wives are attacked on here. If you want to bust someone's balls, have a go at the guy and get it out of your system, but you know, don't carry it on to bloody people's families. And if you're the sort of person that does that or threatens to do some of the shit that's like what Focus got, then don't bother coming here. You won't last. Oh, I thought it was a bit, yeah. I hadn't seen you around at different hours, Junior. I mean, day shift's fine, gets you back into a normal thing, but less money, I guess. Yeah, well, first off, Gunner, we know that I wouldn't drink that Foster's shit in a million years. No pet roo. Um, Probably dog could get my dog to hop around if I was kicking it in the bum, which she needs sometimes. Yeah, looking at you, Jazz. Don't laugh at him, dear, otherwise I'm going to have to time him out. Yeah, that's bullshit, isn't it? Land taxes. Yep, take it easy, mate. Thanks for that link to that site for Gunner. Yeah, Benny cooked it the other night on kebabs or something, shazliks or kebabs. Um, it's very lean, no fat. If you were to have it mixed up with something, you just probably think it'd be like a beef, but I guess it's just a little bit gamier than what beef would be. I don't. I've eaten it once by mistake, and I didn't really notice it. But I don't want to eat what's on our army's coat of arms. So coat of arms. Yeah, I don't think it wouldn't be as noticeable as venison. That's for sure. DR. Probably better to ask someone who's eaten a bit of it, like maybe Graham or Nathan. Yeah, I'm not sure about the venison. A bit too gamey for me, Junior. Give me some good beef or lamb. The jerky might work. I'm not sure if you need the fat content in it. Moose is the same, dear. I got a friend, a Canadian friend who hunts, and he said moose is really good, but he said you can't live on it because no fat. Junior, what do I have to do to you, Junior? Yeah, oops, my ass. You're not sorry one bit. Oh, jeez, I'm yawning already. I'm gonna need that coffee and those donuts. Get the caffeine and the sugar fix. Keep me up long enough to watch Doctor Strange. Yeah, damn autocorrect my ass. Nice try, Junior. You rabbit. Tell you, I haven't seen around for a while, guys. You probably remember him. Um, Tread Travels. I haven't seen him around for a while. Pretty sure he was a Canadian lad. We used to catch up with him just now and again. Tell you what, too, before I forget, has anyone got any ideas for like particular live streams, like topics or anything? I know a couple of guys were uh, wanted to be involved in the UFO one, which I think we got about 10 minutes out of that before we changed topic anyway. Yeah, I haven't seen him around for a while, dear. I'm not sure. Obviously, because Focus doesn't do a show. Uh, he probably wouldn't have been sub to me anyway. But I used to see him here and there, but I haven't seen him for a while. But just, yeah, I wonder if you guys have got any ideas for topics, maybe even a direction for the channel. I mean, for me, it's just a hangouts area, Rendlesham Forest. Yeah, well, that would come under a UFO one. Um, that's I've actually watched a few, not just a few documentaries on the actual incident, but a few, um, I guess, mini documentaries where they interview the guys that were involved in it. Um, and one guy was in the English government who was part of the denial of who now he's come out and said that yeah, they were just going with the party line and that yeah it did happen. Yeah, well that's a good one, Gunner. Traveling to other places. Nick Pope, that's a name. Is that the English guy that was in the government that was in like part of the denial bullshit and then came out and now puts out videos on YouTube saying that it was true? Yeah, that's a good idea, Junior. Now, white American expat, let's get this straight. We're getting ready to war with that. Is that the false flag one though? Because there's a lot of talk, and I mean, I do watch Stephen Greer and guys like that. Is that the false flag war? Because you hear so much shit out there, um, and that seems to be one that's been Greer's been warning about for a while. The false flag with aliens. It's pretty weird stuff. But I've watched a bit of Greer stuff. Greer is I don't know how to take him. WAE. He's got some credibility with the people that he's dealt with and the people that he's talked to. But him himself, I don't have a lot of faith in him. But he's talked to a lot of people that probably have a lot more credibility than he has. So there's another guy who's just retired from all this stuff. Can't think of his name at the moment. I'll watch a bit of his. He's a bit more practical about it all. He was the guy that first brought it out into the public eye about, I think, was it not so much Area 51, but the Roswell incident. Can't think of his name. Well, there's always been talk about that Space Force. Don't listen to Corey Good though, because that guy I think is just full of shit. Yeah, see, WA. I know they talk about it, and it's been put forward for a long time, but there's no proof as such to say that they actually exist already. Neil deGrasse, he suggested this to the American government a long time ago. Tom DeLonge, yeah, he's a weird guy. So I don't know. Maybe he just seems out there. Corey Good, no credibility. But there's plenty of shit out there if you want to look at it. I mean, don't know how many hours of stuff Stephen Greer's put out there. And then you got is it MUFON? They're putting out videos all the time. Well, probably what the Pope believes in is that there's probably life other than ours out there. This word aliens, I think that puts a lot of people off too when they, Hollywood, um, when they think of, aliens, Hollywood and aliens seem to go together, but um, they'd probably do everyone a favor if they refer to them as something else other than aliens. But there's plenty of MUFON, even Coast to Coast put a lot of shit out there and do interviews with people. Actually, the Vatican does own a huge observatory. They actually run one. Man, it sounds like a commercial, WAE. If there's a war, it will be American built. But the Catholic Church, the Vatican, does run an observatory, so they do have an interest in space and astronomy and that. Yeah, yeah. I seen the drummer from Blink 182 the other day on Joe Rogan, built with Chinese parts. You nut gunner. Look, I mean, there's been talk about the Space Force for a lot, and I guess it would eventually make sense. Excuse me. Um, you know, I mean, I've heard, like I said, Neil Tyson Degrassi um, talk about it himself and suggested. You got to remember, there was at one time no Air Force; it was Army, Navy, um, and the Air Force was formed, I think, during the 40s. Um, well, Foo Fighters being a band, but it's also what the world. I think the World War II pilots that spotted UFOs referred to them as. Yeah, there's a lot of shit out there, Junior. Um, Take with what you see with a pinch of salt. I am. I'm very skeptical because some of the guys will tell you that they're doing this for nothing and all the rest of it, but there is money to be made in all this interest. And then, if you listen to Dr. Greer, um, you'll believe that there's such a thing as a close encounter of the fifth kind, which is right out there. That's where they actually get together. A heap of people get together, and they call the aliens to them. Uh, I guess they got pet aliens now that they can call and make an appearance at will. There's some weird shit out there, man. Um, some of it from very credible people, which makes it really interesting. Yeah, yeah, DR. Um, like I said, Dr. Greer is someone I don't have a lot of faith in. Just a little bit suspect for me at times. Um, but there are guys out there talking about it who have a lot of credibility. So, yeah, sort of think you look up and read up on. Well, Gunner, let's address that. First off, um, why more people haven't seen it? I'm not sure they'd want to be seen for if if they were visiting. Secondly, it's not just the nutters. We're talking astronauts have talked about seeing them. Uh, Jet fighter pilots that have seen them. Yeah, yeah, DR seen that miniature alien one. Yeah, yep. Um, so they're not all nutters, but the problem is it's hard to tell the difference between someone who is sincere and someone who's just bullshitting. Well, it's hard to say what American Expert. I mean, if you go on the history of this planet and the people, then it's a fair bet that there'll be a war at some stage. Um, okay, the credible ones that I know about is like say with the astronauts, for instance, who have seen objects flying around while they were in space. So that's a weird one, and you don't expect those guys to just see things. So it's hard to bypass that one. Um, there is some very credible ones with actually American police officers. Um, You might want to put that one in YouTube and search it up, because there's been incidents with the police officers actually not only having spotted a UFO as such, but actually coming across the aliens. So that's you know, to the point where these guys get ridiculed. And if you why would you go put yourself through all that shit unless it was true? So there is some credible stuff out there. And when we say aliens, yeah, I mean, for the most part, people are seeing something that's unidentified. Uh, Straight away now you talk UFO and people think straight away alien, but what you got to remember is that it's actually unidentified. It's just an unidentified object moving through the air. So, uh, that's one I don't know about, DR, but the one that's really stands out. I mean, there's one in Queensland somewhere, but one, I think it was in Victoria at a school where the whole school seen it. Uh, but that was, we're talking decades, a really interesting case. No, exactly, Gunnar. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. We tend to forget that what you're seeing is an unidentified object, Uh, but let's face it, planes don't go back and forth, up and down. Uh, So most time when you're talking about something flying around in the air that you can't identify, yeah. Well, I've heard that thrown around before. WAE using the aliens as a what they call false flag. Well, but I don't know. Who knows? We just can only guess and shit. Nothing's impossible. Even though some things can be improbable, not always impossible. Yeah, Gunnar. Let me give you an example though. Uh, when I was at home, I used to go out the front and have a cigarette at night. I'd always look up at the sky because, from my house you could see the Adelaide Hills, and it is always a good view. But you'd look up, and I'd watch every now and again. I'd see the satellites going across, just thinking about now, be from south going north, roughly at my place. And one night I'm watching a satellite come across, and it was traveling like normal. Well, I thought normal. Got to about the 1 o'clock position, and so just slightly off to my left, and it did a right angles turn, did a 90-degree turn, and instead of being able to track it going that time east, which now it had started traveling east, it actually sort of was going up and smaller till it disappeared. That I can't explain what it is. Did I see a UFO? I don't know. Did I see a satellite? No, it's not a satellite. No, no probings or abductions here either, DR. Well, yeah, see, I could say something there, white American expert. If you're talking about flat Earth, yeah, there probably is quite a bit of space between the ears of the flat earthers. But you should know by now. I'm not. I don't follow the flat Earth theory, and maybe there is a lot of space between the ears of those guys who believe in flat Earth. Like you've been watching too much Paul, Gunner. That was brilliant. I love that movie. That was so funny. You never said flat Earth. I thought you were into the flat Earth. I thought we argued about that one time, WAE, and you're a flat earther. You're confusing me now. No, dear, the earth is not flat. The earth is round. Well, that's what I believe anyway. But lots of people believe different things. Oh, guys, what we got? 7:30. I might go out. I think get myself a coffee. Actually, might get the dog something to eat first, then get a coffee. Sit here, have a coffee and my donuts. If you keep driving, fall into space. No, I don't think so, dear. Well, white American expat. I'm one of those people that believes uh, that not everything I was taught at school was right. Um, I know that science is, always discovering and changing things, and I don't definitely don't agree that everything we taught at school was right. And I wouldn't be extreme to say they were wrong about everything. I'd be pretty arrogant to believe that. But I definitely know there's things that I was taught that you could definitely put a good argument to now, or in that time have changed. But it's a long time since I've been at school. I mean, I know you guys are having that issue now with all this Confederate business and the government wanting to put that you know in a box and hide it away, uh, which is crazy considering it's save the baby Jesus. How you doing, MJ? Ah, shit. How's life, mate, in the Philippines at the moment? I don't know, MJ, but I talked to Jesus the other day, and he loves me, but he said you're fucked, man. Interesting, Junior. Some of them are just way out there. Um, Greer's done a couple of documentaries which are interesting to watch because some of the people on there have credibility. I just don't think Stephen Greer has a lot of credibility. I guess it comes down to how much you want to believe, I guess. I believe, like the Rendlesham one, I believe, and DR knows about that one. Rendlesham, I believe, because it was to dealing with military personnel. The Roswell one, I believe, because again, you're dealing with real intelligent guys from I think the 501st or something. The guys who were some of the crew of the Enola Gay, and that's where the Enola Gay flew out of. Um, so those guys knew what they're doing. So when they first said they seen a a crash saucer, and later on the generals come out and tell you no, it was a weather balloon. Well, I'm not going to believe that guys from that airbase got a weather balloon mixed up with a crash saucer. So to me, that's some real credible shit on with that. Yeah, I know they're trying to rewrite history in the US, and it's wrong, in my opinion, anyway. I agree, MJ. It definitely is one of the most credible. And there's guys now in the English government who have come out and said that at the time they were in denial, but they were following the party line, and that yeah, as far as they're concerned now, it was something that did happen, and that one, Junior, is really worth checking out because, as MJ said, it is one of the most credible sightings ever. We're talking, some full-on military guys working at bases where they were in charge of nukes and that, mate. So, the guys around there weren't idiots. It was definitely very credible, that one, and pretty strange too. So, but if you get to check that one out, check it out. Oh, if you want, Gunner. But I can tell you now, um, it's one of those ones where it's hard to, what can I say? A lot of them, there's always some doubt in your mind about the guys telling you the shit and the story. That there's not a lot of doubt with that one. I can't remember that, MJ. You never know, WAE. It might have been, but there's enough guys there to say something different, and a guy from the English Defence Department now who was working for him coming out and saying it was real. So, but definitely worth having a look at, Gunner. Whether you smoke a joint first or not, that's totally up to you. Yeah, and it's a fair point, WAE. I'm sure that some of these sightings that people see in certain places maybe just something new being tested, but I don't think that's the case all the time. I mean, NATO has thousands upon thousands of reports from their fighter pilots about it. Oh, wow, MJ, cool. Say hello to her from all of us. She seems like a really nice person. Heidi, how you doing? Okay, guys, we've just got the title though. Just got a beautiful Filipina in the room, Heidi from Paris, or France, anyway. You like the title, Heidi? Yeah, I can't be too serious. So, how you liking Devour, MJ? I'm good, thanks, Heidi. I hope you're well. I heard you weren't feeling too well. Um, hope everything's on up and up, and you're on the mend. Oh, great. Good to hear. I'm glad. Yeah, who knows WAE? I mean, some of it's real, some of it's not. Just uh, the false flag thing, I don't know. No worries, Heidi. I'm just having a quick one. Okay, cool, MJ. A lot of people have good things to say. March, I believe. I think he's in here in March, maybe 17th or something like that. It's always nice to have you here, Heidi. Um, I'm sure that your own crew are missing you, and all your friends have been missing you. Ah, he's all right. He ended up crashing his car last week, and so we went out a couple of days ago and bought him a new one. And I took him out yesterday and bought some new tires for his car for him. No, she's not here. I've been trying to message her today. Um, haven't heard from her, and she was sick yesterday and had to go to a doctor, I think. So she hasn't been all that well. Yeah, MJ, I was talking to someone about that, and it's. I don't think you have the same sort of bar life, and things are pretty well under control there. A little bit more law and order. Maybe not Manila, not maybe not Manila, WAE, from what I hear. But I'm guessing the traffic's still the same, MJ. We've still got traffic issues over there. Yeah, it sounded like that. I mean, I think Duterte, when he cleaned it up, mate, they kept it that way. Hey, Doug, how you doing? Yeah, I already messaged her, Heidi, and asked her. No traffic in Davao. I thought there was still okay. No, I'm not a great dad, Heidi. Otherwise, if I was a great dad, I probably wouldn't spoil him so much. But unfortunately, his mother won't do anything for him. So um, yeah, so a little bit that gets a little bit more gets left to me. Oh, they're trying to clean Manila. I know a lot of people talk about Manila being dirty and smelly, certain parts anyway, which is a shame because it should be the first thing you see when you leave the airport. There should be, uh, what's going to make an impression on people. BK going in March. Yeah, that's right, WAE. Um, Australia today, it was nice, warm, blue skies, a little bit of a breeze. Um, it was a beautiful day, Heidi. Just perfect, um, like many of Adelaide's days. Not too hot, still warm, bit of a breeze, lovely blue skies. Couldn't ask for more. Not again. I haven't been before, Heidi, but I intend going. That's for sure. Juniors should do it. Yeah, I've heard Manila's dirtier than Davao. Well, perfect when I can get there, Heidi. Yeah, I remember her saying she's from Davao. But I guess Davao's a big place too, so must be what early in the morning for you, Heidi. Yeah, MJ, I've heard good things about the girls in Davao and meet nicer girls there, prettier girls. I have to admit, uh, from what I've seen, the girls in Davao seem to be prettier. 10 a.m. Okay. Have you moved around in Davao, MJ, or are you staying at the one place? Heidi, she's also a pain in the bum at times. Um, she's bubbly and she's a pretty girl. A lot of fun at times, and then other times she drives me crazy. Uh, I guess communications sometimes get very screwed up between us. Okay, you got a cheaper place over there. Cool. No, it drives me crazy, Heidi, because she doesn't understand what I say. Her English is not the best, and I'll say something, and then I've got to spend two more paragraphs explaining what I said. Maybe Mexican Jew. Uh, I don't know, Heidi. I will say one thing. She, she's crazy at times. Um, I've got to ask her twice, like, huh? What you say? How you doing, Liz Laz? Complicated's fine, Heidi. It's just when it's complicated to talking. Well, we talk about it. Never met. That's what I keep trying to explain at times is that, how serious can you take it when you've never met someone? Yeah, WA, is always working. Yeah, she works 7 days a week, pretty well from morning to night. Oh, I like her, Heidi. Yeah, she's a nice girl. As I said, she's bubbly, but drives me batshit crazy at times. Yeah, Liz Les MJ's had a. It seems like he's enjoying Davao. Yeah, Junior, but it's just wrong, mate. They really bloody use them, almost like slave labor, really. Well, that's it, MJ. You, until you meet what's real, really. until you meet someone in person. Yeah, I guess so, Junior, but I think they get taken advantage of. That's just my opinion. Well, I think opinion of a lot of people that these countries, they're paying them horrible wages for the hours that they do. Uh, Yeah, I guess some of them do, Junior. It's a vow's cheaper. Wow. I guess it's more probably MJ because it's not so much a tourist spot like, say, Cebu and Manila and Angeles City. It's more geared up for the locals than it is for the tourists. Yeah, well, I do know they do it to support their families. Um, but geez, that's a big sacrifice. That's a big sacrifice they make for their families. They go without a lot and they, you know, do some horribly long hours for it. Yeah, it's a good question, Junior. From what I've heard, it's not. They don't have the same amount of bars and things like that. But MJ'd have a better. Yeah, I didn't think it would be. Yeah, that's what I thought, MJ. That's why with the prices, it's more geared up for the locals. It's not really geared up for tourists. Yeah, definitely, Junior. It's 7:52 p.m., Heidi. Take it easy, Liz Laz. Keep looking after MJ. Yeah, 7:52. Um, just waiting for there's a movie on TV tonight, so I'm gonna sit back and watch that and just relax. That's why I got on here a bit earlier. Oh, what we got? Oh shit! I got Lethal Weapon 2. That was always a good movie too. Hmm. Yeah, oh, yeah, it's evening here. I'll probably go before then anyway, uh, Heidi. But if she's there when I go there, definitely going to meet. Yeah, Kill the Irishman. I got to remember that one. Yeah, I mean she's a nice person. Um, she's bubbly, attractive girl, just very full on. Always giving me a hard time, Heidi. As I said, I think we need to work on the English a little bit. Oh boy, I'm yawning already. I'm gonna have to get that coffee soon. Oh yeah, the communication's very difficult at times, Heidi. I can say something and she takes it, gets a whole different meaning out of it, and I cannot understand for the life of me how she gets the meaning out of it. So I spend the next 10 minutes writing a couple of paragraphs explaining what I actually meant, and oh God, yeah, that's true, Junior. No, I won't be firing up the new laptop tonight because I'm going to watch that movie. So I'm going to watch the movie, have some coffee and donuts. Um, see what happens tomorrow. I don't know. The boy might be around and might be able to get him to do it. Oh, come on, Heidi. That's not fair. I need to go. I'm going to go out and buy a coffee in a minute. I'll buy a large cappuccino. Well, have been working on it, Heidi. Yeah, well, just slow down a little bit, Heidi. Haven't even met. Yeah, it does seem that way, Gunner. Yeah, no worries, Junior. We can do a show on it if you want. I know there's a few people that could be interested in it. Be good, Junior. Yeah, that won't happen, Junior. I like my subscribers. Yeah, I don't think so, Heidi. Oh, welcome back, Linda. What the hell? What channel is this movie on tonight? Hmm. Young Sheldon. That's a good show. Yeah, I will be soon. What do we got? 8 p.m. Well, I can only do what you do, Heidi. I got no other way. So if I hear from her, I'll tell her that you waiting to hear from her. But she'd message you before she ever messaged me anyway, Heidi. Oh, goodness. Been a quiet night. I think it's about time I jumped in the car, guys, and went out, got coffee. Start putting a dent in these 12 cinnamon donuts that I got. Oh, he's got to be about 4:30 in the morning where he is now. Yeah, Doug, fire up the SVA. I can't stop yawning. That's why I need to go get a coffee and have these donuts and get ready to watch this movie that's on tonight. Just sit back and have a quiet one. Sorry, Linda. Um, the only person I'm sharing those donuts with is Jazz, my dog. And I don't think anyone's going to want to eat one after she's licked it or even get near her to get one off of her. What's 10 out of 10? Ah, the heat level. I don't know. Unless you made it with ghost peppers or something like that, it's not going to be 10 out of 10. I've eaten already, Heidi. I made dinner early. I've just got the donuts to snack on while I have a coffee. No, it wouldn't be worth it, Gunner. Oh, God. I wouldn't even want to fight that dog for bloody food, but thankfully, she actually likes me for some reason. Oh, Gunner, that's the worst, mate. And then they give you the sad eyes, like, I haven't ever eaten in my life. I'm starving. God, the dogs are hopeless. Hang on, guys. I'm just going to grab a cold drink. And then by about 8:30 this time, I'm going to head off. And yeah, go eat, Heidi. Look after yourself, please. Okay. See you, Heidi. Take care. No, I've never never eaten a lizard DR. No, I'll grab the donuts later, Heidi. For now, it's just going to get a cold drink, and then I'll end up getting a coffee, and I'll eat the donuts with the coffee. Okay, bye, Heidi. Take care. Look after yourself, please. I'm sure everyone's dying for you to uh, get your beautiful self back in front of the camera again, streaming. I will tell her you're mad, but sometimes, Heidi, it doesn't matter what I tell her. She'll end up mad at me. God knows why. Okay, guys, I'm just grabbing a drink. Okay, what do we got? Yep, bye. Yeah, I don't get. Geez, Heidi, you're really pushing that one. Oh, well. What do we got? 8:08. So about another 20 minutes, guys. Nah, I haven't watched The Punisher. No. I don't really watch much TV, Gunner. I mean, I'll put it on um, maybe some special event, like say the Super Bowl, or there's an NFL game on. Maybe football if my team's playing. Mostly it's just to watch a movie or something. I will watch Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon. I like those shows. Always good for a laugh. Well, guys, anyone want to bring up anything or talk about anything? I said probably what time? Around about 20 minutes time. I'm going to end up just closing this up and get my dog something to eat and get a coffee and pig out on donuts. I've seen one of those type of shows where they make swords, DR. I will. When I do, I'm going to end the show and I won't be back, Linda. So I'll make this time now and then turn it off and go feed the dog, get my coffee, and have my donuts. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty slow tonight, Gunner. I think he's going to be searching for one. Yep, still searching. Trying to think of some movies I've seen in the past that you might like. Um, a movie I found actually it's on YouTube, Gunner. If you want to get lazy, it's called Last of the Dogmen. Um, I enjoyed it. It was not a bad movie. Yeah, that's coming out soon, Doug. Well, a good old one is Last of the Dogmen. That's not bad. A little bit B grady, I guess, but just a American telly movie. I enjoyed it. The other night I watched the remake of the Magnificent Seven, and as much as it was entertaining, it still didn't have the impact of the old movie. I don't know if you've Gunnar, if you've seen the Meg. I know that's on that 123 movies site. You can There's a good version of that on there if you haven't seen the Meg. Again, it's just a rehash of Jaws, really. The Untouchables. Is there a new version of that out? Well, The Last of the Dogman is on YouTube, Gunner, so it's easy to find. There's a good version on YouTube to watch. It wasn't bad, actually. Is it Tom Berenger? I think is the main actor of the old one. Huh? Oh, the old one, the old Untouchables one. Okay. I tell you what was a good one with Russell Crowe, the Cinderella Man. If you haven't seen that, Gunner, that's a great movie to look up and watch, man. Cinderella Man. Russell Crowe portrays a an American boxer. Um, I don't want to say too much about it, but man, was that a really good movie. And based on that, yeah, yeah, it is. It is a great one. Yeah, it's about a boxer, Cinderella Man. Yeah, it's a true story, um, and it is a great movie. Otherwise, I'll tell you another one uh, into Clint Eastwood. It's called Trouble with the Curve, where he's a baseball scout. I thought it was a brilliant movie. Uh, Typical Eastwood, I really enjoyed that one. Or for me, an old favourite would be what is it? Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. Must be global warming. uh, Search for a Western. Oh God, there's so many good ones. I'm a big fan of John Wayne. Always liked John Wayne in westerns. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. That was always a good one. With Lee Marvin, John Wayne, and Jimmy Stewart. That was always a pretty decent movie. A James Cagney movie. Oh God, you're going way back, Linda. Hey Al, how you doing, mate? I mean, for me, Eastwood's always a good bet, or John Wayne's always a good bet. You'd always go back to the Randolph Scott ones if you really like the old ones. What's the other guy? The American war hero, Audie Murphy. He did a heap. Cagney's one of your favourites, Linda. I mean, I don't mind Cagney. I mean, being Australian, it's hard to go past Errol Flynn, the swashbuckler. I tend to like historically accurately accurate movies, or something that's based loosely on a true story. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So I've never heard of that. That's a new one. Okay, Marx Brothers. Yep, definitely. Marx Brothers, Three Stooges. Still love the Marx Brothers. Either way, if you go to that site, Gunner, you'll be sport for choice. There'll be something there, maybe. If not, even on YouTube these days, I find some good movies posted on there. I tell you, a good entertaining movie. If you haven't seen it, is Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li and Jackie Chan, based on the legends of that King Monkey. That's a brilliant movie. Yeah, yeah, it is a good old one. It goes for a while too. That's a long movie. Tatonka. What the? Al, you pull some Gladiator's a good movie, yeah. Yeah, I should check that out though. I used to like The Rifleman. Yeah, Gunnar, we were talking the other day. There's one TV series I forgot to mention. Journey to the Bottom of the Ocean, I think it was called. It was a weekly TV series, but with guys in a submarine. I reckon it might have even been Chuck Connors in that. Yeah, Tatonka, that's where I've heard that word before. The buffalo, yeah. Ah, cool, Gunner. Do it in the chat one day so I can keep it on the laptop, but maybe wait, I'll get that new laptop set up and then watching shit on that will be much better. Okay, what's this? I've seen that series, Rome, Al. I mean, that Spartacus series was big here too. Pro Classic TV. All right, subscribe. Ding, press the bell. Thanks, Gunner. Oh, my favorite Martian, the Saint. Jesus, unbelievable. The shit they got there. Yeah, I just subscribed to that channel, mate, and got the bell there, but I'll have to go and look. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen LA Confidential. And we've got a commercial on now for that Alita Battle Angel. Looks pretty full on. Yeah, that's a bummer, Gunner, when you lose shit. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to, or really like my son to be here so he can do all that shit for me, WAE. Yeah, Kevin Spacey is a weirdo. I think he's got himself in some hot water lately. Crazy mother. Okay, we got 8:24, guys. I'm gonna head off. I want to feed the dog, go for a drive, and grab a coffee and sit down and watch a movie. Yeah, Gunnar, I have to remember all this shit. I may end up having to do it myself and have to try and struggle through and find all that stuff. Oh, yeah, I will. It's just wanted to have a night, just kicking back and watch a movie and uh, all good. Say no to Cortana. Okay, I'm guessing that's on when you're setting up the laptop. No, Cortana. What's that do, DR? It's just invasion. Okay, no problem. Well, guys, have a good night. Sorry to cut it short on you, although we've probably been gone for a little while. What is it? Yeah, over 2 hours. Um, I'm just going to kick back with a coffee and donuts and watch a movie. Uh, Not sure if I'll be around after that. I'll probably just crash out. You all take care. Thanks for coming in, DR, Gunnar, Linda, uh, WAE, Roger Miller earlier, um, for Heidi. Who else did we miss? Al, thanks a lot. Um, Remember, guys, if Heidi does a live stream, go check her out. They always have a bit of fun, except for when they let BK sing. Uh, I would say resist the temptation to listen to that. You will walk away with damage of some sort, physically or mentally. But yeah, have a good night, guys. I'm going to head off. Thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for being interactive. We'll try and get some topics sorted out and see if we can't really get some interesting shit going, guys.